Welcome, Echo fans, to another exciting Friday evening. We are got a couple of good games for you here. I am in the casting booth as DocEducation. On my side is Glean, and on cams, bringing you the wonderful views, as always, is the wonderful man himself, Wonder T Man. We've got two matches for you coming up here on Echo Arena VRML 2, both Diamond Division matches, two Diamond teams fighting against each other, and it is high Diamond matches. We have High Voltage versus Bangarang and Corrosion versus 7, and both of these games have implications for the upcoming Challengers Cup with Bangarang and High Voltage being High Voltage ranked 15th and Bangarang being ranked 20th, and Corrosion and 7 are ranked 12 and 11 respectively. So right now, 7 and Corrosion are the top two Diamond ranked teams in the league, the top two teams outside of Master Division completely. And High Voltage is one spot away from being in that Challengers Cup, and Bangarang is about 6 spots away. So all of these teams want to fight. How are you feeling about these matchups, Glean?
I'm feeling really good. I'm excited to see where these matchups go, and they can be very, very important to, like you said, they're so critical for this upcoming tournament. And we're only a couple of weeks away. I believe we're about we're a week, 2 weeks away, almost there. I don't quite have the calendar on me, but certainly huge implications. And both teams playing at, or both games, I should say, playing at high levels. So expect a lot of great gameplay from these two teams.
Super high level indeed. Yeah, totally agree, Glean. These are teams that have been, knocking at the door. They did not make it into the Challengers Cup last time around, but they were close. Especially Corrosion was very close, as was, or maybe High Voltage was in the Challengers Cup. I don't fully remember. But in any case, that's going to be a very exciting spectacle. I also don't have the calendar on me, but it will come quick. The teams are in the arena, so they should be readying up soon. And yeah, check out the chat here. We got It's Phoenix, Nate Appleton, Sulfuric, Fred, Kyler, VR Frontier, Rose Cabrera, and Haunted Paracox. Welcome. Hope you all are having a fantastic Friday evening.
Certainly, as we are getting underway here with round one momentarily, and both teams about to come out of the tunnels. Excited to see where this first round goes, as it will be High Voltage out of the tunnels first, but they missed the disc. Now slapped through, but grabbed by Bangarang, and now cleared back out to the other side. Into that bubble, another stack trying to take a shot, not quite online, as now it will be picked up by Buchibo and able to put it in off a bounce shot for the first two of the night.
Wow. Yeah, kind of a little bit of off-kilter start for Diamond tier teams. Not the greatest joust you'll ever see, but I'm sure they'll pick it up for us as High Voltage comes out on their first offensive joust. Out of the tubes comes Bangarang. They decide to go for a man offense with the split, or defense rather, with the split, covering all the options. Lowell's bouncing off the Geo there. Fire Ninja swooping it up, passing over to Goran Jr. Goran Jr. has some space, so going to take their time going all over on the left side of the arena. Passes over on the shoulder to Lowell's. Lowell's puts it in for 2, tying the game.
Yeah, a very quick, simple play allows them to tie up the score. Good passing, good disc control, making sure that defense doesn't get to them, and well executed here by High Voltage, as we will see Bangarang on offense for the first time, or I should say their offensive rollout for the first time. Here comes Buchibo, now handling the disc, going up to Mr. Napro, now going down to Sam Randy, and Sam Randy going to walk this one up. Try and get it to Light as come, and Light does receive it there. Just walking it up, not under a ton of pressure, but goes back for a reset here to Nate Bro. And great disc control here from Bangarang as well, as they try and get something going.
Absolutely, just really calm, confident. Their spacing is really nice. They're really stretching the defense. Buchibo is coming up, decides to pass low to Mr. Napro as they approach the bubble. Napro is going to pass it back to Buchibo. So some really nice confidence here. Buchibo going to the shield and passes to Sam Randy. Sam Randy puts it in. So that's how you do it, folks. That's how you take advantage of a defense with just really calm, controlled passing.
Yeah, and you can see they are not afraid to bring it in when they need to, but they know just when to bring the disc in when the defense is stretched to its absolute maximum. And great execution there by Bangarang as now Duke comes out with the disc. Trying to bait out that defender, Napro does challenge him, but he does get the pass off to Goran Jr. Now Goran handling this one near the roof goes down to Fire Ninja. Now Fire Ninja with the reception, but a great stack there from Bangarang denies what could have been an opportunity. A great snag by Lowe's in the midfield, but now cleared back out by Sam Randy into that orange zone. It is races underway as the stacks are through. A couple of exchanges of hands, and now Ladies come brings this one in. He takes the shot. He puts it in for another two.
Wow. Absolutely incredible finish by Light has come there, swooping in. Light and Buchibo coming in on that stack, as you said, with tremendous speed and overwhelming the high voltage defense, even though they went 2 versus 3 and ultimately Light went 1 versus 2, but finding that top pocket and finding the score to bring Bangarang up by 4. Nate Bro immediately stealing the disc, bounces off Geo. It's going to be picked up. No, the disc will be loose and it'll be picked up by high voltage.
Yeah, now Lowell's getting the clear through. Hopefully, somebody can get some stacks down here to receive the disc as it's still bouncing loose. It will be Bangarang picking it up, but a great interception there by Duke. A steal takes the shot and he puts it in for another two. A back and forth game. This one is 2-point lead still to Bangarang's favor, but certainly high voltage not letting them get any momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. Duke coming in with some just really great one-on-one defense, stealing that disc in the back arena, the back court, we would say in basketball, as Buchibo passes over into the right side, Napro passing over to the wedge area, wedge going to the ceiling, Light working alone, oh, that stack coming in from high voltage and stunning out. That was really nice defense there.
Yeah, and very clutch defense as we saw extremely fast play from Bangarang as they do now get the stun and are able to try and get some offense going. But yeah, the stack so far becoming critical on defense. Here is now the disc gets slapped through, and again that stack, but another faster stack from high voltage, but a great grab from Buchibo denies the shot, and now the disc back in that midfield picked up by another Bangarang stack, thrown down, another dribble, a shot possibly for three, just off as now high voltage stack gets back and looks to try and clear the disc out. It's still a bit loose. It could be anyone's disc. Now slapped back, hopefully on a reset, but not quite. As now the stacks come through again. A shot for three, bouncing, not quite on, but Fire Ninja's there to pick it up and dunk it right back in.
Wow. This is some high flying offense and defense. Both of these teams moving very quickly and with high accuracy on the shots and on the defense, with the stuns, with the saves, with the clears, with the boosts. So, I mean, this is just really nice. They have both teams playing very strong as it is tied up here 6-6 with about halfway through this first round. Although that pass was not quite accurate enough and it'll be dumped in, but it will be picked up by Mr. Napro on the back line for Bangarang.
Yeah, now trying to get that clear through, but Duke on the back line for high voltage, just able to pick that one off quite easily. Now waiting to try and beat out that defense like we saw Bangarang do to them earlier, really directing the traffic, directing the flow of the game here, trying to bait out the defenders. They're still holding it. They're not biting. This is very interesting patience shown by both teams. They are tied up. So now high voltage decides to bite, going over to Fire Ninja, going up to Lulz. Lulz now handling this one at that Cloud Geo, trying to get something going, but instead resets to Duke. More patience and more trying to bait out this defense. Such impressive patience where we would see a lot of other teams try and push in as fast as possible, but really taking their time here. Is now Duke tries to walk this one in, goes across the Fire Ninja, trying for the shot, but Sam Randy with the grab denies the shot and instead gets it to his stack, who then clears it out.
I'm laughing. Oh, I'm laughing because on the defense it was Buchibo and Fire Ninja, I believe, or maybe Goran Jr. staring at each other, both with their shields on. Moving from the shield is Buchibo. So Buchibo coming from the goal on the other side and getting the score on the offensive end.
Yeah, great execution, great movement from them to get those 2 points after a long bit of patience here. So now we're gonna see what High Voltage can do to try and tie this game up. As Duke now handling the disc again, tries to bring out Light and does so successfully, but the pass is a bit off. Disc now loose towards that bottom. Lowell slaps it, but into the hands of Sam Randy. Gets it up to his teammate Light. Light's got a one-on-one. He's gonna try and walk this one in. What a tap of Fire Ninja, but no, it falls through the hands of the goalie instead.
Wow. Light taking it one-on-one on the goalie, getting the disc kind of poked out of their hand there, but it did manage to go in. So with that, Bangarang now up by 4 with 2.5 minutes left. High Voltage is going to be feeling just a little bit of pressure as Fire Ninja passes over to Goran Jr. Goran Jr. down to Lowell. So some really nice passing. All 4 players have already touched it for High Voltage. Fire Ninja has a one-on-one opportunity. There's no stack together, so they can go right one-on-one, but right there, one-on-one, I believe that was Buchibo. Yes, Buchibo with the defensive stop.
Such an impressive save from up close. What a grab. So hard to grab those shots, especially when they're coming at you full frontal force. I mean, great work there by Buchibo as now the disc gets cleared back into this orange zone. It's still loose as now Fire Ninja picks this one up, but the stun coming out from Bangarang recovers the disc, and now Light gonna be content to hold this one and get it back to Buchibo, who can then try and walk this one up and get some good passes going. He goes back down to Light, and they can burn some time here given their 4-point lead. They decide to go up to Mr. Nabro, go over to Sam on the cross. Oh, what a beautiful play. He puts it in for the 2. They're up by 12 or by 6. 12-6, that is.
Nice passing, nice cut, nice finish there by Sam Randy. Down by 6. High Voltage not out of it yet, can still definitely come back with 2 threes or 3 twos. But they definitely have to start scoring quickly. So they've had some good opportunities, just haven't been able to close the door. And there's been some pretty incredible defense. That pass is going to bounce off Geo. It's going to be loose. Fire Ninja's in the area. Fire Ninja thought about taking a shot, but that stack coming back from Bangarang pretty quick. Oh, what a juke. Fire Ninja working one-on-one. Fire Ninja, oh, wow. What a save by Light, but then stolen immediately back by Fire Ninja and put in. So they're back down by 4, and they are still in this game, Glean.
Certainly they still have a chance, but they got to put on some speed here as that play from Fire Ninja certainly keeps them in the game. Bangarang will have to try and keep as much keep away as will have to play as much keep away as possible, as that stack does come in fast, but not quite fast enough. Disc is still in Bangarang's control, now down to Mr. Nabro. Mr. Nabro going to just send this one up to Light has come, and Light walking this one up. I believe we are getting close to being out of mathematical time on a cross to Mr. Nabro. He puts it in for another 2. That will be the ice on the game. Bangarang will take this first round.
Really nice way to close the round by Bangarang, bringing it up, taking time off the clock, and putting the disc in. There will be only 2 seconds left once this clock winds down. Not enough to score, so they'll probably pull a... did the math wrong there. It was 2 seconds over. So that will end the round 1. Bangarang coming out up by 6, nearly doubling the points of High Voltage, but I don't feel like the game was that far apart, and I feel like both teams acquitted themselves pretty well in round 1.
Certainly, both teams showing a lot of technical prowess on either end. Both defense and offense. Stacks were fast and blazingly fast as we've come to expect from these Diamond tier teams, as well as great passing execution and that patience, that signature patience that we see from a lot of Master tier teams and Diamond tier teams in that upper division, knowing when to slow down the gameplay, knowing when to take some time to just get things set up and to try and bait out the defense as much as possible.
Looking at the stats here, pretty well spread out already, with virtually every player on both teams getting marks in every column. It is Bangarang that's doing a lot of banging around. Light with 12 stuns and Sam Randy with 14. Mr. Napro also with 9. High Voltage not doing... Oh, actually, High Voltage also even exceeding that. Fire Ninja with 24 and Goran Jr. with 20. So there's pretty good fighting, and also pretty well spread on the stats there.
Certainly, as we are getting underway with this second round, teams are out of the tunnels. It will be High Voltage grabbing this one first and certainly not missing the disc this time is now going over to Fire Ninja. Fire taking this one in. He puts it in for the first two of this round quite quickly, I might add. 8 seconds.
Blazing fast, blazing fast. That's exactly what High Voltage needed in order to get a little bit of momentum coming.
Certainly, as now we see the teams come out again, and Bangarang on offense for the first time in the second round, going down to Mr. Nabro. Mr. Nabro trying to get it up to his teammate Sam Randy. Sam Randy does receive, going over to Light, but not quite able to find his hands. This is now it will be picked up by Fire Ninja. Going up top to Lols there. Lols taking a long three, not quite on, but a leech there. Oh, the Lols leech able to grab a hold of that stack, steal the disc, and put it in for two.
So just like that, High Voltage up 4. They've already got half of the points they had in all of round 1 in the first minute of round 2. So they're showing, they're not a high diamond team for nothing. They definitely have a lot of skill, and they're putting the pressure to Bangarang right now.
Certainly is now Buchibo. Look at the signature patience, biding his time, now going over to Light, but not quite able to. Well, I stand corrected. The disc just exchanges hands a couple of times between the teams. Fire Ninja now trying to go down to his teammate, but no, the interception from Bangarang. Instead, Duke will find it on the backline here for High Voltage to try and bring this one in. Duke now at the bow tie, trying to bring it back to Lols. Lols now with this one. Lols going to handle this and just wait a little bit. Just going to bide his time as he now goes across to Goran Jr. now. Looking to go back possibly here to Lols, and he does. And look at this patience once again from High Voltage, trying to bait out that defense.
Lols passing up to the ceiling. Duke working along the ceiling, passing back to Lols. They're definitely lulling the other team out. Lols working along the nugget here, just kind of, sitting there. They're up by 4. He's going to take it in now, though. Goran Jr. finds that top pocket. He scores. They're up by 6 now.
Yeah, great placement there from Goran Jr. as he tries to put it as high as he possibly can away from the goalie when he was fading down. A smart technical shot there from Goran Jr. to try and guarantee those 2 points.
Coming out on their offensive joust now is Bangarang. Buchibo passes to the right side. Mr. Napro passing to Sam Randy. Sam Randy getting stunned out. Fire Ninjas was right there. Although that bounces off Geo. It'll bounce off Geo several times. Duke with the headbutt. Although that bounces off Geo as well, and it's right back in the hands of Bangarang. Although Goran Jr. swoops in, stealing it. He's got opportunities left and right, but no, off Geo again. So a little bit of fumbling and bumbling here. Not quite what you normally see from a high diamond match, but a little bit of pressure and stack defense can definitely do that to you.
Certainly is now the disc back to that High Voltage stack, trying to go back over. Misses the initial pass, but over to Goran Jr. now. Goran now trying to walk this one in. Maintaining control of the disc, ducking one, but not quite able to find it. As now Fire Ninja picks this one up. Great steal there from Sam Randy to deny the shot. Now clearing it out towards that mid zone. It will just bounce loose here for a little bit as that stack from Bangarang is able to maintain control off of a bit of an awkward situation. And now Light just going to dance around, try and reset this one and try and get the offense going.
Nate Bro working along the bow tie, passes to Sam Randy. Sam Randy with a beautiful pass to Light, but can't quite connect. Lols picks it up and sends it out.
Yeah, now the disc back into that blue zone. Bangarang stack quick to get back, but not quite able to find it. As now High Voltage stack tries to come in, not quite able to grab it. Will eventually get their hands on it here, but with 4-on-2 numbers here, it looks like Bangarang will be able to clear this one out. But straight into the hands of High Voltage here again, and now another reset back to Goran Jr. Goran's going to hold this one at the double diamond again, try and bait out that defense. Doing a little bit of waiting, maybe a little bit of dancing, and just trying to get them to come out. I mean, with the point advantage that they have, up 6 points, they can afford to do this. And looking for the cross, but not quite able to find it, is now will be picked up here by Nabro and cleared back out.
Cleared out, but picked up by Goran Jr. immediately. Passes to Fire Ninja. Fire Ninja is going to work it back. Passes over to the side there. Lols is going to pick it up. So, like you say there, Glean, they're definitely, not under any pressure is High Voltage. They have the disc, and they're going to force Bangarang to come out, which stops that defense. Although that pass, not quite good enough. Buchibo is going to clear it out, and there will be an opportunity here, although the stack there from High Voltage coming in, and Lols has it. Lols going to pass it over to the right side. Oh, sorry. Lowell's now gets it. Goran Jr. with the shot and the miss, and it'll be swooped up by Mr. Napro. The stack is together, passes it through. Light has come, is there, but the stack from High Voltage is just that much faster, and they do get the disc.
Yeah, now Bangarang back with control of the disc, looking for a reset, trying to make the most of their opportunities as that reset does go a bit astray. Could be a bit dangerous, and now Goran Jr. with it. Goran sends it up to Fire Ninja. Fire Ninja with an open shot. He puts it in bottom pocket for the 3.
Beautiful pickup. That was a very difficult angle, only 10 meters away. So not a long shot, but definitely a tough shot. It was absolutely a very tight angle. You can see from the way that disc went in, and High Voltage now just starting to run away with this game a little bit, up by 9. And more importantly, Bangarang has not scored, although Light, with an opportunity here, that just goes wide, and Fire Ninja picks it up. So with 4 minutes left, Bangarang is being shut out right now.
Yeah, an impressive showing from that high voltage defense, just be able to maintain control of the disc. Perhaps a cloud shot coming out, not quite able to find it. Now Buchibo will take this one. Buchibo getting stunned out himself, so the disc loose in the mid, tapped out here by Bangarang and up towards the roof, but Lowell's able to get a hand on that one and send it back through.
Disc is picked up by Light. Light tries to dump it in. It looks like Mr. Napro will be there first. He is. Napro decides to take a little bit of slow time and let the play develop. That pass can't quite connect, although it bounces off Geo. They might get it back. No, Duke taps it out. It will be picked back up by Mr. Napro. Sam Randy on the bow tie does get the pass. Sam has to dump it off, though, because that stack from Fire Ninja and Goran Jr. coming in hot.
Yeah, certainly is now that disc going back into that zone. And oh my, there is that same stack again. Goran Jr. with the 3. They're up by 12 in this second round.
High Voltage has really flipped the tables on Bangarang. With 3 minutes left, there's plenty of time for a team like Bangarang to come back. They can definitely score in bunches, but right now they're just looking a little out of sync. Passes that are not quite connecting, and there's another example. Goran Jr. and Fire Ninja coming in. They're gonna get that disc. Goran Jr. has the disc now. Passes to Lowell's. Lowell's working along the nest, gonna do a little bit of styling. Passes back to Goran Jr. on the shoulder. Wow, 8 meters a second, but perfectly in that bottom pocket. The goalie had no chance there. They're now up by 14.
Yeah, and just impressive work again from this team, able to control so much in this second round as they've been able to completely shut out Bangarang in stark contrast to that first round. Now the disc bouncing down to Mr. Napro. Mr. Napro going across the Light, trying to get it over, but no, not quite able to get it to the teammate, as now it's slapped back out into that blue zone.
Disc is now bouncing in, although Sam Randy picking it up and dumping it back into the High Voltage side. Tap back into the Bangarang side. Lowell's will get there first, immediately under pressure, has to take a shot. Napro is going to pick it up and look to clear it. It will be cleared through, and that stack is together, and it looks like it's going to be a shot, although, again, Goran Jr. coming in on that stack really nicely.
Yeah, able to take it now, flung back through by High Voltage, and picked up here on a shot, but no, Sam Randy there to grab it immediately. Now cleared back out, but Goran Jr. with that stack able to get to it. Now trying to get a pass down to the floor, I believe, but taking a bounce in that tunnel. And now a shot, but no. Uchibo on the back line in the goal, able to grab that one easily and send it back out.
Disc is now bouncing loose in the High Voltage zone. Goran Jr. Decides to clear it through. Fire Ninja is going to have a little bit of an open opportunity, although a little bit wide right. Lowell's right there off the bounce. Lowell's bringing them up by 16. They're really hot right now, is High Voltage.
Yeah, this is in stark contrast to that first round. Like I said before, this is a sign of dominance so far. I mean, High Voltage not giving an inch, even though they're up by 16. Just absolutely ridiculous as they smell blood in the water. Now going down to Sam Randy. Sam Randy trying to go up, but another missed pass might lead to another turnover. Instead, it will be Buchibo grabbing it and trying to get it to his teammate and trying to fling it over, but not quite. That stack there from High Voltage taking a long 3, and they put it in. They will take this round 19-0.
Wow, what a turn of events. Um, High Voltage struggling a little bit in that round one, not quite connecting on some things, and but they did not miss. I don't know that they missed anything that they took in round two, and on the other hand, really shut down Bangarang with some. I mean, I thought their most effective was just a pretty incredible stack defensive pressure. Every time Bangarang had an opportunity, it looked like that stack just flew in and got the stun and the steal.
Yeah, so great work there from High Voltage. And looking at the stats, I mean, look how look at look across their stats. I mean, I just have no words. It's, 9 points, 10 points. We see the number of assists. We see the number of saves. Great teamwork here from High Voltage to really get themselves a solid win in that second round, and to really show that they're here to stay, and they're really looking for that victory here in this match.
Absolutely. High Voltage. It says ranked 17th there, but currently ranked 15th on VRML website. So that again is just one position out of the Challengers Cup. So the difference between 15th and 14th is the difference between having an opportunity to get into the Master Division and not having an opportunity to get into the Master Division. So that's they are absolutely wanting to fight here, as it looks like there is a little bit of a pause, a timeout from these teams. Not quite sure what the situation is. I'm just checking the pings. The pings look pretty good, so maybe it's just the case that Bangarang wants to take their allotted timeout. They can stop up to 5 minutes with no repercussion. That's a VRML possibility there. So maybe they just want to get a little break, talk it over, and think about how they're going to rebound for round three.
Yeah, and Smooth Ryden also pointing something out. Something that we always talk about is momentum, uh, and High Voltage having it in bounds, having it in bountiful amounts, able to just put on torch after torch as they were letting them up from both deep and inside the bubble. Trying to cool them down is not a bad idea. Bad idea here for Bangarang to just try and get some of that momentum back in their favor, or at least try and stem the tide, so that way they can try and take this round three.
Anything you can do, especially after taking round one, you're feeling pretty good. You shut down a team like High Voltage to only score. I think they had 6 or 8 points in round one. Yeah, 8 points in round one, and then coming back and giving up 19. Yeah, definitely wanna put a stop to that if at all possible. So. Bangarang hanging out in their lobby now, probably talking it over. High Voltage flying high. They're chilling. They're flying around the arena. They're doing a little bit of regrabbing, chilling out, talking it over, having some fun. So they're trying to stay fresh.
Certainly, I think this would be a good time to then talk about the Echo Arena VRML YouTube channel. Please, guys, go check it out. Definitely go take a look at it, and take a look at the content that's being produced there, as well as thank your content team for all of the work that they do, not just us casters, but also the people that put together the little interviews and the videos that you guys see in between the games. They do fantastic work, and really, we got to appreciate them for all that they do.
Yeah, absolutely. I go on all the time and watch watch all the games. There are games streaming right now on channel 1, and obviously I'm not watching those. So I'll watch those. I'll watch those later. And Yeah, it's always great to catch up. We should also thank our sponsors. So that is ProTube VR, Asterion Products, Fixed, VR Cover, HyperX, Rebuff Reality, and VR Wear.
Yeah, and they support this league, and a lot of what we can do cannot be done without them. So we certainly appreciate them and all that they've done for us. Yeah, just we appreciate everyone. As now it looks like we will be getting done with this pause and into this round three between these two time and metal teams. So we will be waiting here another minute, as that pause came straight after the second round. But yeah, excited to see what'll come. What do you think will happen here, Doc?
I'm excited. I'm hoping that Bangarang comes out and wins this joust and gets just a little bit of momentum just from that. I mean, obviously Bangarang, an incredibly talented team. You don't get to rank 20th for nothing. They didn't look it in that round two, and I'm hoping. I mean, I'm glad we got to see a round three, but I'd like to see a round three that's a little bit closer, where Bangarang shows their strength as well, and we just see two Titan teams going up against each other as we've got 15 seconds before those doors open.
Certainly is. I'm sure Bangarang will come out here with a little bit of fire, a little bit of passion to try and get something going. Certainly will be exciting to see here. So yeah, I don't have much to say as we are getting underway here. So take it away, Doc.
Teams are loading into the tubes. We've got 10 seconds before the doors fly open, and these highly skilled teams fly out, looking to get to that disc in the middle as fast as is humanly possible with the ping that we've got, and it will be high voltage with the headbutt. Disc is flying in. It's bounced back into the high voltage side. The stacks are together. That high voltage stack is right there. Although light has come, is right there, and Duke, oh my God, gets the save and attempts to clear it and puts it in his own goal. Holy cow.
Oh my, what a fantastic grab from Duke, but just the unfortunate swing back as he was getting ready to clear, instead self-goals it. Oh, as a goalie, you hate to have those happen. It's a bit of a sinking feeling, but certainly, hopefully he can brush this one off and get something going as now Duke goes down to Goran, and now Goran trying to forward this one up, does find Lulz, and Lulz going to send this one over to Fire Ninja. Fire now going to be able to walk this one up. Looking for a little bit more patience here as we've seen them execute in round two and a little bit in round one. Now going up top to Duke. Duke inverting, now trying to bait out that defender. Goes down on the cross to Goran and gets it to him.
Beautiful passing again, high voltage, coming back and not feeling too pressured. They definitely showed a lot of that slow confidence that we saw in the first round and the second round from them, especially in that second round, and that just paid off. Hanging out on the ceiling until your teammate is open as Bangarang passes over, but that pass can't quite connect. Mr. Napro gets that lucky rebound. Light has come working along the floor, passes back to Buchibo. So Bangarang is in a great offensive position right now. Beautiful spacing, passing to the ceiling with Mr. Napro. Napro working along the backside. Duke with a save, and this time he does not self-goal. Buchibo, though, picking it right back up, and Napro hanging on to the bottom of the rim. He slams it.
What positioning. You just see him go from goalie stunning maybe a little bit more towards the roof and then positions himself right below and sticks up his hand. He says, give it to me, I will put it in, and his teammate Buchibo delivers it. And wow, what a great play there. And now Duke going to handle this one. An interesting double stack option here as now a dribble comes out from high voltage. Disc bouncing loose. Now going to be collected here by high voltage since that stack was fast enough and trying to go up to the top where Lulz was waiting, but no, the stun. Now Duke will recover off of another stun and try and reset it here back to Lulz, and Lulz going to bring this one back out, try and get the offense set up.
Lulz passes over to the right side. Goran Jr. can't quite get it, so Lulz is going to have to reach up and get it. Passes to the backside. Duke doing a little bit of a slow, smooth slam.
Yeah, beautiful little movement to try and distract the goalie as he puts it in the other side. And man, oh man, I mean, these teams tied up in this third round, going to be intense. Going to be a great one here for sure, as now Buchibo going right down to Mr. Napro, immediately passing, even though he was not under any pressure, and forwarding this one up now into the hands of Lulz, though, as now Lulz clears this one back into that blue zone, just to be picked up here once again by Buchibo and forwarded back into the orange zone. So a bit of ping pong as now Sam Randy finds an open net, but no, not able to put in the three, as now it gets picked up here by Fire Ninja and trying yet again for another clear, but Buchibo on that back line with how many interceptions so far, Doc?
Yeah, he's really hanging out on the back line and giving Bangarang another opportunity. Napro working along the shoulder. Wow, Napro working 1-on-3 there and found that beautiful, beautiful left pocket there, just out of the goalie's reach. So we've had three lead changes, or at least three ties already. Bangarang really coming through. This is the round 3 that we wanted as fans, and these teams are delivering as Duke gets the disc immediately under pressure, passes over to the right side. That pressure causes that pass to be a little wide. Napro's got an opportunity, although that stack, Fire Ninja and Lols comes back, so they have to make a pass. Oh, what a save by Fire Ninja, and cleared out.
Yeah, what a grab there is now forwarding it down, going for another cross, but no, Light not quite able to find that cross is now picked up here by Sam Randy. Sam trying to go out, instead finds Buchibo. Buchibo now going to handle this one, dance around a little bit, goes behind to Mr. Napro and puts it in for another 2. And I mean, for being a team that was down 19-0 in that second round, they have come out with some fire. They've been able to put High Voltage back on the ropes as now they have a 4-point lead.
Absolutely, and all of those passes that were just a little bit wide are now just right on target, and those shots that were a little wide are now finding those pockets. Goran Jr. and Fire Ninja going to try that dribble and getting immediately stunned out, so picked up and pulled through back into the high voltage zone. The stacks are together. Light Has Come is right there. Light Has Come is going to get the disc, passes over. It's going to be picked up by Sam Randy. Sam Randy under pressure, though, and it's going to be picked up by Goran Jr. and cleared back out, although Buchibo right on that back line again and again, picks it up for Bangarang.
Yeah, Bucci so consistent on that back line, now forwarding it up into the bubble on a cross. No, 2 people cutting in for not high voltage, but Bangarang trying to grab it. What a snag there from Bucci, but no. Instead, the stun coming out, and now the clear for high voltage. A grab by Goran. Goran takes the 3. He puts it in. It's now a 1-point game.
Wow. And just like that, with a 3-pointer, that 4-point lead is brought down to 1, and we have almost a brand new ball game with 4 minutes left. Goran Jr. flying in and sending an absolute rocket at 17 meters a second. So Bangarang with the disc again. Buchibo moving to the ceiling, although it is his floor as he is inverted. Passes to Natebro. Natebro hanging out along the pack. Fire Ninja and Goran Jr. getting stunned out by Sam Randy. There's all kind of action going on. That pass is passed to Buchibo. Buchibo with the absolute dime. Oh, but Light just right out of his outstretched hand and picked up and cleared out back into the Bangarang zone.
Yeah, and oh my, that stack right on their heels from high voltage. Yeah, picked up by Goran Jr. They have a 2-on-2 opportunity here. Fire Ninja taking the shot. He puts it in. And all of a sudden, high voltage with a 1-point lead.
And just like that, just that little, I mean, it must have been a few inches or a foot out of Light Has Come's hand. If he had connected that, it would have been a one-on-one opportunity, and it might have been 10-7 right now. Instead, the clear coming and high voltage getting there too. So that was a 4-point swing on that play as Bangarang does their wedge play. Light Has Come getting the disc stolen. Lols right there. So high voltage really turning up the voltage on their defense right now, Glean.
Certainly, but now the disc a little bit of an awkward spot as it keeps bouncing off Geo and the clear's not quite through. Eventually something gets through into that tunnel, but no one there to recover it. Now Lols picks it up for high voltage. Lols forwarding it over to Goran Jr. Goran with a little bit of a dipsy-do, trying to dance around, but no. That Bangarang defense able to stop him. Now trying for the clear down low, is able to get it through. High voltage stack is there to receive it. Goran Jr. now taking this one, perhaps looking for a dribble, as we know high voltage likes to do. We've seen him do it a couple times. There is that dribble. They're looking for the shot here. Goran takes it in. He puts it in for the 2, and they're up by 3.
Wow. Goran and Fire Ninja have a really beautiful connection, and they have been exploiting it, as you say, all game. That one, just a very beautiful clear and boost, dribbling drill. That's where 2 players will, one has the disc, they throw the disc, and they re-grab to it. They throw themselves off each other to get faster and move there. That's the main primary movement in Echo Arena is you can see Fire Ninja and Goran Jr. hanging out, and Mr. Napro, he's trying to break up their stack with some stunning as Light Has Come, passes over to Buchibo. Buchibo going to be under pressure. Fire Ninja gets the disc and clears it into the Bangarang zone.
Yeah, and as you note, I mean, oh, what a grab there by that Bangarang stack, able to deny a possible shot, and now the disc thrown through. But as you mentioned, looking at these teams adapt on the fly, they see that that high voltage stack has been lethal to them so far. So they're trying to break it up a little bit more, trying to stun it out. Is now disc not quite out of the zone for high voltage. Now picked up here, going underneath. Sam Randy with the shot, he puts it in, and We are down to a 1-point game with about a minute left to go here when the teams come out of the tunnels.
These teams are so hot right now. They are absolutely on fire. They are warmed up. They are in sync. We've got a minute left, a 1-point game. High Voltage has the point and the disc. Let's see what they do. Are they conservative? Are they aggressive? Passing over to Goran Jr. and Fire Ninja. They're going to try their dribbling drill. Fire Ninja is there, although flying in is that stack from Bangarang, and they can't quite clear it out. So the disc is bouncing loose. Any goal scored right now might seal the deal for either team as Sam Randy tries to get it out, but Goran Jr. is right there. The disc is changing hands and it is low now. It'll be picked up by Bangarang.
Yeah, now the disc is still loose once again. Goran Jr. trying for a 3. No, he can't quite find it. Disc still loose once again. Light has come, looks to try and pick it up. There's a high voltage stack there. They're able to stun him out. Now going for a reset here. They might try and burn some clock. Over to Goran Jr. Goran looking to pass this one back up to Fire Ninja. Fire trying for an open 3. He finds it, and that will be the icing on the cake. High Voltage will take this round 3, 14-10.
Absolute ice in the veins from High Voltage, going down in the first round and coming back with absolute fire, winning 19-0 in round 2, and then coming back and with Bangarang absolutely starting off the round with fire, going up, I believe 6 or maybe even 8-0 at one point, and then High Voltage just turned up the juice and eventually shut down Bangarang and poured in 14 points to go up by 4 and take the round and the match.
Yeah, but such impressive work here by both teams to even bring it to such a close game. I mean, these are the games that give you chills when you see them go down, and whew, I am excited to see what these two teams will have in store as we move forward and as we move into this next game.
Yeah, and with that, we are over time, so we will attempt to get together with with Seven and Corrosion. It looks like they are willing to wait, so we are gonna log off right now and jump right back in with Seven and Corrosion.
Certainly, and yeah, we'll be back with you guys.
Welcome back. VRML 2 action. We've got Corrosion. We've got 7. These are the top two, very top teams outside of the Master Division. It does not get higher than this outside of Master Division. Both of these teams wanting to be in Master Division in that Challengers Cup. Corrosion ranked 12th. 7 ranked 11th. Let's go, says Nightfire. Absolutely. We have master tier players, former master players on 7. We have players on Corrosion who have been up and coming, showing their stuff all through this season, and they are hungry. The teams are in. They are ready. The countdown is at 5. It is at 2. It is at 1. The teams are out, and it is Citizen picking it up for 7 for the first time on the offense.
Yeah, immediately going right down to H money, but that defense from Corrosion able to stop the attempt is now picked up here by Anubis and cleared back out. Stacks are underway, but that 7 stack getting there first and now clearing it back into the orange zone. Trying to get something going here as now they are in control, going down over to Elusive. Elusive now going to take this one, move it back over to H money, and look at this. They're going to bide their time and go back for another cross, but out there is Salty Tuna Fish now getting the hands on it, cleared back out. Corrosion might find first blood, and they do. Anubis puts it in for 3.
Anubis and Corrosion flying through. For those that don't know, Corrosion currently owns 5 of the top 10 fastest jousts in Season 3. They can absolutely fly on their stacks, and they are going to use that experience in this game as they go against an absolutely incredibly experienced team. Although we already do have a timeout as we have a dropped player from 7. So I hope we can get that back pretty quickly because, yeah, both of these teams look like they are coming out hot already.
Yeah, we've seen a defensive stop in a 3 already, but both teams already super fast on their stacks and super agile, as we've come to see from these Diamond tier teams and from Master tier teams, quite frankly. As previously mentioned, a couple of Master tier players in Zux and Citizen coming from the former Redshift that was in Master tier, so certainly looking to try and get back in as that last player, 4-7, does come back in, and now we are going to be back underway here.
Teams are in the tubes. Just to remind you, I am DocEducation. That is Glean on the other casting microphone, and bringing you the beautiful camera work is Wonder T-Man, as that stack from Corrosion flies in and gets to the disc almost before the 7 stack can, or the 7 group can get to their own offensive end. So they're flying in. Citizen now has the disc, works it over, passes over to H Money. H Money with the disc. H Money is going to attempt to pass. That passes to Zux, Zux to Elusive, and that goal did not elude him. They're on the board for 2.
Yeah, and great look there from Zux to get the extra pass. The goalie was looking right at him, and as he stares down the goalie, just flicks it to the man behind the goal to then put in a nice easy 2. As now, Corrosion coming out for the first time, opting to go a bit inverted here, is now Salty on the ceiling. Tuna Fish now going to dance around and try and bait out some defense. Now going to just walk this one up as they're under no pressure. Going over to Ghost Duck, and Ghost Duck will just bring it back to the nest. Look at this patience. We saw it from the other game with High Voltage and Bangarang, but a lot of teams opting for slower play tonight, which is something we don't commonly see in such a high-paced game, such as Echo Arena.
Yeah, it is a thing that I don't know if it's new, but it's definitely becoming more and more popular. Salty Tuna Fish getting stunned out there though, Elusive. So that did not work out for Corrosion there. That pass, it can't quite get it. Anubis jumping out of the goal with a beautiful clear, and that stack is together. It is 3 players for Corrosion, with Anubis passing over to Ghost Duck. Ghost Duck working it in. Ghost Duck putting them back up by 3.
Yeah, and an impressive start here for both teams, but certainly Corrosion trying to maintain their lead and trying to maintain possession here. Certainly doing a good job of it, as well as they are back up to a 3-point lead. Now 7. We'll see what they can do as they do come out here, and now Zux taking the disc, going down over to Citizen, and Citizen now going to try and forward this one up, but that Corrosion stack there on the back, able to grab a hold of it, now clearing it back into that blue zone. Picked up here by 7 and quickly flung out of the bubble. But Salty Tunavish getting another hand on it, and but Elusive right there in the goal, able to dive out. Smart dive, now gets it cleared over to his teammate. And a long three might be on, but no, the bounce just off and back into that blue zone as it turns into a clear.
That was a tiny window, and Citizen almost found it as the disc was going to go all the way back and nearly go into their own goal there. Although the stack from Seven flying in eventually, that was very nearly one of the most bizarre bounces into the goal that I've ever seen, but didn't quite get there as Elusive is back on the offensive end, working along the post. Gonna go against Anubis. Anubis, incredible in goal, gets that save.
Yeah, denying what could have been a great opportunity for Seven to try and bring this to a 1 point game. Still within a 1 goal's reach, though, as now Citizen's going to handle this one and take a shot. Wow. An absolute bullet of a shot. Puts it near that top pocket, 18 meters a second. Beautiful placement.
Absolutely beautiful. Anubis had jumped out of goal there, it looked like, and wasn't quite in position. So Citizen seeing that opportunity and absolutely taking it. They're back within one. Anubis is going to get the disc and work along the bow tie. Again, we're seeing some of that patience passing back to Ghost Duck. Ghost Duck is going to pass it over to Salty Tortoise. Salty Tortoise, under a little bit of pressure, passes back to Anubis. Anubis decides to retreat along to the shield. Oh, Elusive with the steal and puts it in for three. So that is the danger with that kind of back passing in your own zone. That patience can turn into complacency, maybe, and Elusive getting that disc and punishing them.
Yeah, just holding it a little too long turns into a critical turnover that gives Seven the lead. Now Anubis going to handle this one and try and get the pass over to Salty Tunafish, but another steal here from Elusive. Elusive with a three, but no! The ding ring strikes again as now Citizen picks this one up and looks to try and get some passes going. Gets it up to H-Money, and H-Money taking the anchor tube from the shoulder, and he puts it in. They're up by 4.
Wow. So really some nice defensive pressure being put by Seven on Corrosion right now. We're going to see if Corrosion decides to switch things up and maybe do something a little bit differently. They've missed a couple passes in their back zone, and yes, they do decide with a little bit more of aggressive wedge style offensive rollout, passes along to the bottom side, and there it is, Salty Tuna Fish with that beautiful flick, 18 meters a second. I don't think she can shoot anything less than 18 meters a second. That was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and I mean, talking about a bit of a strange shot, you can see the disc just takes a little bit of a weird angle, and most goalies have a hard time reading it and trying to figure out where it's going to go. Now that Corrosion stack coming in quite fast, but not quite fast enough, as that stack that pass does get off and into that orange zone. Now picked up here by Anubis as it was hanging loose, but Citizen with a great stun. Citizen tries to bring it in, but another grab here from Salty Tunafish. Now clearing it back out. Seven trying to get recontrolled, but no. Picked up here by Corrosion, and now disc loose once again. Slapped through by Anubis. Anubis trying to go up top, and no, it will be H-Money, I believe, with the disc, and now clearing this back in is Seven. Off the bounce, not quite able to find anything, as now Salty Tortoise tries for a clear, but wow, look at the positioning of Seven as they go for a reset here to Zux.
They've got fast stacks too and accurate ones, and they're getting to the disc. Right now, Elusive working along the side. Salty Tunafish jumping out. Does get the stun on Zux. Incredible defense there by Salty Tunafish. That could have been dangerous if Zux had been able to go one-on-one against the goalie, but Salty Tunafish now with Anubis working in the background, stunning out the stacks there, although that shield was effective, and so the stack does get together there. Citizen getting the disc and is going to pass it through to Zux. Zux, knowing that stack was together, very nearly connecting, but just barely bouncing off the Geo. This game is moving at a very high pace right now, Glean.
Yeah, as compared to what we saw before, the stack or the game was so much closer and so much slower. Not to say that this isn't close right now, as it certainly is close as that steal comes out from that stack from Corrosion, forwarding it up, but not quite in the hands of the teammate, as now Citizen picks this one up and clears it back out. But the game was a lot slower paced, and now it seems like these teams are going at breakneck speed. Zux able to just walk this one in, and he slams it in for another 2. They're up by 4 once again.
Wow, and that's one to look back at because Corrosion had the disc and they were just under pressure. And so their pass just didn't quite connect in their offensive zone. And very, very quickly, that turned into a clear and boost from 7, and it turned into 2 points. So down by 4 now is Corrosion as they look to make their way along the offensive end. Salty Tortoise getting the disc. There is someone in goal. So Salty will have to hang on to it, decides to pass low, but Salty Tunafish, does get the stun out on Elusive and gets the disc back, passes up to Anubis, but immediately, wow, what a save
Wow.
by Zux. I can't even keep up with how fast this disc is moving around as Zux picks it up. There's an open goal, and he puts it right in for 3.
That is signature defense to offense. Zuck's basically going coast to coast, one end of the floor to the other. Just doing it on defense with an excellent save and then putting it in for a 3 on the other end to put them up by 7. Man, oh man, it's now Anubis takes control and off that bounce finds Salty Tortoise, not quite able to find the hands of the teammate though as it takes an awkward bounce. Salty Tunafish dancing around, not quite able to find the shot in the open 3. Now will be picked up here by Anubis. Anubis trying to forward this one over to a teammate on the cross. Salty Tortoise finds it. That gets them another 2, but is it too little too late here?
It might be with 5 points down, and it looks like there's going to be about 20 seconds left. That might be the mathematical time there, but nothing wrong with round one from either of these teams. Maybe just some small mistakes. Not even really. You can't even really call them mistakes. Just misconnections by Corrosion. As
Ooh.
that's not a misconnection there. Anubis showing that he's incredible in goal. Salty Tortoise rather is gonna get the clear, and that will end round one. But it was 7 in this round that was able to turn basically every single small mistake or missed connection from Corrosion and turn it into points on their end.
Yeah, I mean, look at Seven's roster. They've had some master tier teams or some master tier players before, or I should say, these are previous master tier players. They know what it's like to punish at every little mistake, so that way you can win games. Because up there, it is so close. So Corrosion definitely finding a very tough matchup here, as Seven shows their mettle and shows that they deserve to be in master tier here in this first round.
They are absolutely looking masterful right now. Corrosion playing an incredible match, or incredible round rather, and still coming up short in that one. Everyone from Corrosion getting on the board, and Anubis with adding 2 assists and 3 saves. So really doing incredible work. Salty Tuna Fish getting 18 stuns, so doing some good work. Although Citizen and Elusive also getting 16 and 12 stuns, so there's some good brawling going on right now, as well as some beautiful passing and scoring.
Yeah, and these teams, knowing how fast each other are trying to prioritize stunning each other out, so that way neither can get speed advantage. But underway in this round 2, we'll have to see who gets speed advantage on this first joust, as now teams are coming out of the tunnels and will be 7 to grab it first. And Citizen now going to forward this one up top to Zux. Zux going for a cross, but not quite able to find the hands of his teammate, as now disc is loose, going up towards the top. Ghost Duck trying to get it, but Citizen's right there on the stun, brings it in for a 2. And wow, again, the placement, Citizen, the first 2 of round 2.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if Corrosion just kind of was a bit discombobulated. They didn't get out of the tunnels for the joust at all, and that's not their forte. I mean, they are, as I said before, they own 5 of the top 10 fastest jousts in Season 3 right now. They are one of the absolute fastest teams, so maybe they just weren't quite ready. They looked a little flat on their heels in that defensive moment there, and 7 again taking advantage of that as 7 clears it through onto the right side. H Money gonna clear it through, and Citizen is right there. The goal is still open, although flying in is Ghost Duck and getting the clear.
Yeah, but not quite out as a double stun comes out, and Zux is able to come away with it here. H Money now going to walk this one up, going for instead a reset back to Zux, and now Zux going to pass it over to Citizen. Great disc control, great movement, as now going back down, but no, Salty Tortoise on the grab tries to get this one cleared back out into the blue zone and does so successfully. Stacks are underway, but look at that 7 stack, able to try and connect a little bit more as they do get to the disc first and slap it out.
Wow, the disc is bouncing very quickly. The droids, the echo units are bouncing very quickly as they're right there. Citizen throws that one in very quickly, and 7 is up by 4 in round 2.
Yeah, certainly, but like we said before, and like we've seen in that first round, a 4-point deficit does not necessarily mean the game, and certainly Corrosion can come back in this as now they come back out on offense and maybe opting for a bit of a quicker rollout here as it does get over to Ghost Duck, and now Ghost Duck unfortunately loses the handle on it. Now bouncing down, Anubis will recover this one, but under some pressure as he now clears it towards that top. Getting through, but Zux and Citizen together able to recollect the disc and clear it back down 4-7.
Disc is clear there, although the stack from Corrosion can't quite get together, getting stunned out by Elusive there. That'll give plenty of time to H-Money. H-Money working along the ceiling, finding that bottom pocket, sending it in at 17 meters a second. So that's some really good work by Elusive to keep that stack from Corrosion out of commission and give H-Money the time to work it and find that pocket.
Look how easy H-Money makes that look. He just casually throws a 17 in the bottom pocket. That is not easy to do, folks. Man, oh man. Such impressive work here from 7 is now Salty Tortoise walking this one up. Ghost Duck hops on his back and looks for a stack, but not quite able to get it. Now it gets cleared into that blue bubble. Easily picked up here by H-Money. H-Money going back to Zux, and Zux trying to forward this one up. Does find Citizen. Citizen with the good juke and over to Elusive. Elusive maybe with a long shot, but no, instead finds Zux, and Zux takes a 3 and puts it in.
Wow. And just like that, going from 4 points to 9-point lead, they're starting to put a little bit of pressure. With 6.5 minutes left, that is absolutely no time. I mean, no problem at all for Corrosion to come back and take this round. But they are definitely under a lot of pressure right now as Elusive is doing some work, making Ghost Duck do some work. Salty Tortoise passes over. It will be picked up by Salty Tuna Fish. Tuna Fish passes to Anubis. Anubis has a 1-on-2 opportunity, decides to back it out, doesn't want to go 1-on-2, passes over to Ghost Duck. Ghost Duck is going to work along the post. Ghost Duck looking for an opportunity, and he finds it in the left side. They're on the board, and they're in within 7.
Yeah, Ghost takes it in on 4 defenders, jukes out 1 and shoots between 3 others to put that 2 in. Certainly a tough shot, but he makes sure that one gets in and tries to put the team up some points. And now 7 coming out on offense for the first time in this round, trying to forward it down. Does get it to Citizen, and unfortunately that second pass not quite able to find anything as now the stacks from Corrosion come out. Disc still bouncing loose off that top. Anubis going down to the teammate, but no, Salty Tuna Fish not quite able to pick it up. Will be picked up by that stack from 7 and now cleared back out into the orange zone.
Cleared into the orange zone. That stack from 7 comes in. H-Money with the shot. No, can't quite connect. The disc is bouncing loose. It will be Elusive to get the disc. Pounces over to Citizen. Citizen finds it, and that is a 2 still. So not quite as bad as it could have been, but back up by 9 is 7.
Yeah, and they do not want to let go of this lead whatsoever. They want to seal this one up in 2, as now we will see Corrosion back out again, but certainly 7 doing everything in their power to make sure that no comebacks happen, no momentum can be gained by Corrosion. Now going down to Salty Tuna Fish. Salty trying to forward this one up, does get it to Tortoise, and Tortoise trying to clear this one in. Perhaps a bounce shot, but Zux on the back line, able to pick that one up quite easily. Forwards it back through that tunnel, and Disc bouncing up once again, perhaps a boost and clear. Now it is found by H-Money. H-Money taking another 3, and that first 3 he missed on that last opportunity, he makes sure he doesn't miss this one. He puts it in, and they're up by 12.
I mean, H-Money's not going to miss that. That was an absolute, that's a gimme for him. 11 meters out, nobody in goal, just smoothly picking it up, going pretty much directly toward the goal. That's what you want from anyone, and especially I mean, a good player can absolutely take that and punish. So Anubis now with the disc passes over to Salty Tuna Fish. They have got to start scoring and fast if they want to push this to a round three. Anubis immediately under pressure, so that defense from Seven is really working right now. Citizen with the disc as an option. H Money on the left side passes to Elusive high. Elusive is going to get stunned out. Disc is bouncing, and it'll be picked up by Ghost Duck, who will look to clear it through.
Yeah, and that cleared bit of taking a bit of an awkward bounce is when some Echo Arena bounces are very, very strange sometimes. Now Zuck's taking this one. Zuck's gonna put that one in for another two. And right now, Seven is just pouring it on Corrosion.
Pouring it on, indeed. It's like they've figured out how to exploit Corrosion, and Corrosion has not come back with an opportunity. They're finding it very difficult to get it out of their own zone, and when they are, it's through a boost, or a clear rather, and they're getting stunned out. Their stack is getting ripped up, and so they can't quite move as fast as they normally do. Although right here, Salty Tortoise has an opportunity, going to pass to Ghost Duck, and Ghost Duck puts it in off the head or the hand of some part of Zuck's for the self goal, but that will bring Corrosion back within 12. It's not outside the realm of possibility just yet.
Yes, but certainly a very, very tough hill to climb, and they need to get some momentum in their favor and get some more points on the board. As now Zuck's going to forward this one down to Citizen once again, and Citizen going to be able to try and go up top, gets it right to H Money, and wow, look how deep they are in the zone, but what a grab from Anubis to deny the shot. Now a stack coming through, a long three potentially. Is it on? Yes, it will be. Salty Tortoise from 35 meters out. The beginning of the comeback could happen here, folks.
Incredible, absolutely beautiful from 35 meters out, and just a small window. Salty Tortoise picking it up and throwing it right in. Proton saying Salty Tortoise is insane. Absolutely, I know the man well, and he is insane. Citizen now, he's insane too. Passes down. Who is that? Is Buddy H Money, and guess what? H Money is also insane. We got a bunch of insane individuals in this game, and they are back up by 12 with a minute and a half left. That might have been the ice.
Yeah, H Money living up to his name. He is indeed money for three, and puts it right in. And yeah, another 12-point deficit here. I'm not quite sure if we're out of mathematical time again, but Corrosion cannot afford to take too much time. They need to get something going, as that miss pass might be the ending of it. Disc bouncing loose, going up, and now will be picked up here by H Money. H Money looked for a pass over to Citizen. Citizen getting stunned out instead. Disc bouncing loose once again off that cloud, and now a grab here from Corrosion to forward it back through into that blue zone, but Seven stacks are there and ready to go.
They're there, and all they need to do is kill time now. Ghost Duck is going to pick it up near the trap area, working along the side, has options on the floor, and elects to pass back, but it gets to Salty Tortoise. Salty Tortoise going to pass to Tuna Fish, and Tuna Fish again off some part of Zuck's, so won't get the points on the board for themselves, but will get the points for the team. So they're coming back. They're gonna feel a little better by making the score a little tighter. But with 10-point lead and 20 seconds left, there will be no chance for Corrosion in the rest of this game.
Yeah, but well played by both teams. I mean, we just saw Seven really capitalize on those little mistakes that Corrosion was making, and here again might be another mistake, and just off the head of Ghost Duck, and that disc will not find a home inside the goal, but it will be 19-9, and Seven will take this match in two.
Absolutely smothering defense by Seven, and very interesting because they didn't use a lot of stack pressure in terms of their defensive stack. They usually sent one toward the quarterback and one kind of hanging out toward mid, and they would just harass Corrosion with by closing off all the opportunities with one person in the background, one in mid, one on the left and right tubes, and that made it very difficult for Corrosion to get their passing game and their stacking game together. They also used a lot of breaking of the stacks with stunning, and so took away the main strength and advantage of Corrosion. So really masterful by Seven, and that was 11 playing 12, and they did it pretty well. So both of these teams looking very good going into the Challenger Cup.
Certainly, and I hope to see both of these teams here, or see both of those teams there, as I'm sure they will give us quite a great match if we do see them in the Challenger Cup. But yeah, that will do it. Unfortunately, we were only able to cover these two tonight, but there are some games going on VRML 1. I know that there was a Joker game earlier. I believe there's another one that is going on right now as we speak, so certainly go check that out. And yeah, there should be some games after that as well, so hopefully you guys can jump over there.
So with that, we will close down. Thanks everyone for joining. It's been an absolute blast. Great games from High Voltage and High Voltage and Bangarang to start, and then of course Corrosion and 7 following it up. So thank you very much. I have been DocEducation. With me has been Glean, and on the cams it has been Wonder T-Man. Thanks to all the mods. Thanks to everyone. So long. Have a great Friday evening, and we will catch you soon.
Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.